Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here in the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Bridget Biorlo. We begin tonight with a Fox 61 exclusive. Allegations of animal cruelty are surfacing in Cheshire, but there's a twist.
Yeah, those allegations are being made against the town's own animal control officer. Fox 61's Matt Caron was the first to break the story, and it dates back to an incident 2 years ago.
In 2022, a criminal incident forced the town to seize 28 dogs. They've been housed here at the Cheshire Animal Control Facility. And animal advocates say when they arrived, they were in generally good health. But as time passed, their conditions deteriorated. And a warning, some people may find these images disturbing.
I'm not sure what the excuse would be for the town not to get them regular vet care or regular grooming.
Animal advocate Christine Cormier was one of the first people to sound the alarm on Cheshire Animal Control. She wrote this letter, outraged at the condition of the facility itself and the animals housed inside. Fox 61 obtained State Department of Agriculture reports that show for years the facility failed inspections, citing improper sanitation, food storage, ventilation, and overcrowding. We also obtained these images of animals allegedly inside the facility.
Urine, scalding, feces stuck in their fur, super overgrown nails to the point that they were curling under into their paw pads. So when they were walking, their paws were actually bleeding.
At least one of those dogs was allegedly euthanized while under the care of Cheshire Animal Control Officer April Leeler. The State Department of Agriculture told Fox 61, this is an ongoing investigation. We have no further comment.
I'd like some answers. I'd like some answers from the town, and I'd like some answers from the state.
We set out in search of those answers.
We're just here to ask you a couple of questions about the condition of the building and the condition of the animals.
I can get...
That's April Leeler. She wanted to put us in touch with the public information officer.
Can you talk about why those dogs were in such terrible condition?
Our dogs are not in terrible condition.
Would you like to see some of the pictures that we have?
No, I am sorry, I can't talk to you.
Do you feel like you do a good job taking care of animals?
Yes, I do.
Leeler stopped talking, so we went to chat with her boss, the chief of police.
All right, let me see if I can get someone up here for you.
Thank you.
Chief Neil Dreif met us in the lobby.
Not going to be making any statements about the dog situation.
Okay, is there a reason why?
We did have a brief conversation.
I stand by our actions in this case. It was very complicated, involved a lot of dogs and kind of a puppy mill type situation. Got tied up in court. Unfortunately, they've been here a lot longer than we wanted to have them here out of fairness for the dogs. But I stand by the actions of all Cheshire Town employees who've had any role in this.
So do you have faith in your animal control officer?
Absolutely, 100%.
And we want to make it clear that as of right now, Cheshire's animal control officer is not facing any charges. The chief called this a complex criminal case involving litigation. We will continue to follow it. Reporting in Cheshire, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Matt, we know you'll stay on it. Thank you. Time now for a check on the forecast. Cold again today, but will the fall feels stick around?
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rachel, I know you can relate. There was a bit of a battle with my daughter trying to get a coat on this morning. We said, no, believe us.
Yes.
It's going to be cold.
You should have just told her to take a couple steps out the door. She would have been like, okay.
Really, though? They
I'll
just
take
real,
that coat now.
yeah, they drag their heels in, yeah.
I hear you. It won't be as cold tomorrow morning, but still chilly enough that a frost advisory is in effect, and that'll be from midnight tonight until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning rather. So once again, that's just the National Weather Service's way of saying, hey, if you want to protect some of those plants, cover them with a light blanket, or if they're potted plants like a mum, maybe you can bring those inside tonight. Here's a look at those overnight lows. And again, this is not as cold as last night, but still chilly, still fighting with your daughter to get a jacket on tomorrow morning. Overnight low of 34 in Windham, 39 for a low temperature for the New Haven area. Right now, we're looking at temperatures that are in the 50s. It turned out to be a beautiful afternoon, and tomorrow will be warmer, and that warming trend is going to extend not only into this weekend, but well into next week. So another frosty start. Otherwise, high temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 60s in the afternoon. Look at this sunshine from start to finish. Not as cold tomorrow night, but there still could be some patchy frost on Saturday morning before those temperatures are off to the races, and it will feel a little bit like late summer heading into early next week. We'll explain your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. New tonight, West Hartford police arrested 2 men in connection to a burglary at a liquor store. Police say Steven Perales Gonzalez and Jose Leon Ortiz allegedly broke into the Cheers Wine and Spirits on Farmington Avenue back in August. They are accused of stealing thousands of dollars worth of alcohol. Police used surveillance video to identify the pair.
A man who caused a 3-car crash last night on I-84 was drunk, according to state police. Police say he was driving the wrong way. Wilmer Vizcaino of Waterbury reportedly got on the interstate on the exit ramp in East Hartford. Police say his car was unregistered, uninsured, and had the wrong license plate. He was arrested. Vizcaino is facing a litany of charges.
A 24-year-old man is dead, killed when riding his bike. Police say a garbage truck hit him early this morning. It happened just after 2 at the intersection of Church Street and North Frontage Road. We're told the man went from the sidewalk to the road, and that's when the truck hit him. So far, the truck driver is not facing any criminal charges.
We have an update on a story we've been following all day in New Haven. Protesters who set up an encampment on the New Haven Green have packed up tonight. They set up tents last night, calling for more housing options, especially for people who have nowhere to go. Police say this morning they told them to leave. The advocates say every night unhoused people are being kicked out of public spaces. The city does have several shelters, but advocates say many people don't want to go there and they'd rather better options.
We'd like the city to start now, day one, in designating a place for this kind of thing to happen. It's clear that it's needed. It's clear that it can happen peacefully. People can come together and get what they need and get their social, emotional, physical, and safety needs met. And we need the city to start working with us on that now.
Having tents on the green is prohibited, which is why police asked the group to leave. We're waiting for a response from Mayor Elliker.
To West Haven now, where the city has new plans for a piece of real estate on the water that's been vacant for years.
Yeah, there's been interest in buying it, but nothing has really come to fruition.
Now the mayor tells Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc that this latest proposal is the one.
People who frequent this area have been staring at this old, rundown building since 2017, waiting for someone to do something with it. Now the mayor says they found a developer who wants to transform the place and call it the Kelsey. For decades, the West Haven Boardwalk has served as a bit of a safe haven for these bocce ball players, the group coming here at least 5 days a week when weather allows.
I believe since 1985 is when it started.
With a backdrop that can't be beat, but
it's nothing like it was.
Sharon Mazzanati says that's due in part to this eyesore, the long vacant Savin Rock Conference Center. The city-owned building, once a lively place, is now filled with empty chairs, mold, and water damage. Conditions city leaders say could change soon.
We need it. We need it. You know, it would be a welcome change for the better.
Mayor Dorinda Borer says they're now working with a developer, RTR Hospitality Group.
It's going to be a restaurant, an event venue combination, and then a rooftop dining, which I think is something that will be really attractive for the area.
This all comes after recent plans to bring a brewery here fizzled out. The Land Trust of West Haven and the building's neighbor, Jimmy's of Savin Rock, took their concerns to court, putting an end to that plan. But now Borer is confident this idea will come through.
They're using the existing footprint. They're not going to need variances to encroach on the boardwalk. They're not going to be going up to a height that's considered an obstacle or an eyesore.
To make sure of it, Borer put together a panel full of city leaders to tie up all the loose ends.
Could there be a pitfall going forward? There can always be a pitfall, but we tried as best as we can to plug all the loopholes.
Now, this is all just a proposal at this point, but if it eventually gets passed by the council, the mayor says they hope to have the place up and running by May of 2026. Now, we did visit Jimmy's next door to try to speak with the owners, but they weren't there and couldn't be reached for comment. We are in West Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Julia, thank you. A massive showing in Middletown at the Connecticut Valley Hospital. A unionized Department of Mental Health and Addiction Service employees were calling on the agency to fix widespread staffing shortages. Union members say there is a soft freeze on hiring right now, and there are 600 positions that still need to be filled. They claim that is jeopardizing patient care and putting staff at risk.
The ability for us to be able to provide proper care at the level in which it is needed has absolutely taken a huge hit.
The union claims these problems started in the COVID-19 pandemic and were never resolved. They want vacant positions filled as quickly as possible and efforts to be made to balance the budget. In a statement that we just got a few minutes ago, the department says they remain committed to ensuring a safe working environment for all. We are proud to note that our staffing levels today are higher than they were before the pandemic, and we have worked diligently to address both staffing needs and worker safety.